Good morning, and welcome to your webinar, Certified Simplified. Our expert today is one of the owners of OMECorp-Genesis Business Systems, David Risen. Those of you that have followed OME can imagine what kind of wisdom that over 40 years and nearly 4,000 current customers would bring any industry. David is going to discuss the 3 key areas of certified mail with an electronic return receipt and how that impacts...
Hey, Andy.
Yeah, David, I was kind of in the middle of setting the stage here. What's up?
I'd like to ask the audience a quick question before you get started.
Okay, go for it.
Do you believe knowledge is power? I'll ask it again. Do you believe knowledge is power?
Sure, that makes sense. I've heard that before.
I am sure all of you listening here today said yes, because that's what we've been told our entire lives, from one person to the next. Knowledge is power. Well, I'm sorry to say, I don't agree. I believe that applied knowledge is power. Just having knowledge does you no good. If you never apply the information you've learned, at the point of application is when the knowledge has real power. Today, you'll have an opportunity to learn some very powerful knowledge, but it's up to you whether you apply it or not.
Wow, David, that's deep. So let's get started. The United States Postal Service offers tons of rate classes for first-class mail, all of which have a benefit to you, the mailer. But we're going to focus on one very important mail rate class today, certified mail. We're going to drill down into 3 main areas where USPS certified mail letter with return receipt or green card differs from USPS certified mail letter with e-return receipt, electronic, or e-certify. The first area of comparison is accountability. We will show you the difference between proof of mailing, en route tracking, and proof of delivery, and what you need to do to be confident that USPS has actually accepted, processed, and delivered your mail piece. The second area of comparison is labor. The labor to prepare a certified mail piece with return receipt, and the labor required to track, file, and store green cards, as opposed to the electronic product provided by the USPS. Lastly, we will look at the cost comparison of the 2 products and giving you the ability to see how much you are spending and why.
At the end of our time today, I believe you will want to rethink the rate class you use for your certified mail needs from now on and how you prepare them for the post office.
Accountability is where we begin. There is no arguing that certified mail with return receipt is vital to how organizations and companies communicate important documents in today's businesses and firms. It's been that way since 1955, when certified mail with return receipt was created by the post office for mailers to prove that a USPS mail piece was delivered and a person was at the location to receive it. There are a few areas of accountability we need to peer into. The first is the mail piece's proof of mailing. Next is the post office en route tracking. And finally, the proof of delivery.
Let's tackle the first couple, proof of mailing and post office en route tracking. There is a common misunderstanding when it comes to certified mail. Most companies only think about the proof of delivery and signature, and not the proof of mailing and the post office en route tracking. Historically, when you've sent a certified mail piece with the USPS, the only way to get proof of mailing was to go to the post office, stand in line, and wait for a round date stamp, either on the receipt or in your firm's USPS mailing book. Well, many companies didn't want to do that, so they just didn't concern themselves with getting proof of mailing. That's no longer the case with certified mail. You get a tracking report that tells you exactly when the USPS accepted the mail piece, where it was routed, and when it was delivered, all with a signature, and you never have to go to the post office again.
Yes, and USPS certified mail is now produced with an Intelligent Mail Package Barcode, IMPB for short. The IMPB will now give you, the mailer, the ability to prove that the USPS received your mail piece, and you can see every step of the route it took. Up to 14 different scans are available to be seen, and finally, you can see the date on which the delivery was attempted or made with that signature. For individual pieces, it's easy to go online with the USPS and enter your article number into Track and Manage, and the tracking information will be provided to you. However, when organizations have multiple certified mail pieces in a month, it's just not that easy. I'm sure all of you would agree that a best practice would be to have a system that communicates with the USPS and electronically captures all delivery information, including proof of mailing acceptance, en route tracking scans, and the proof of delivery signature confirmation. It stores that information permanently and makes it available to be printed or stored in your electronic filing system.
And now, proof of delivery. It's no secret that the USPS has had trouble returning the green cards for every certified mail piece sent. And I'm sure that each of you know of at least one case or more of when you did not receive your green card back in the mail from the United States Postal Service. However, I'd like to talk to you about the difference between the information you receive back from a green card and the information you could be receiving from the USPS using electronic return receipt.
Here is the green card and the electronic return receipt. As you can see, both have an article number and signature and the information of where the certified mail piece was sent to and time and date of delivery.
But that's the end of the similarities. I want to point out that electronic signature also has printed name of the signature and a written verification of address, either filled out by the postal official or the recipient. Additionally, customer reference numbers and client matter numbers can be added to every e-return receipt to help with the internal routing of the mail piece. You can also have the same system that communicates with the post office attached to the signature page, the proof of mailing date, en route tracking events, and proof of delivery date.
As you can see here, the en route tracking report will also show attempted delivery information, if the post office is holding the mail piece, and the final scan of when it was picked up, which constitutes delivery. But, David, what happens when the certified mail piece is not delivered, or it is classified as rejected delivery?
You still have all the tracking information available for attempted delivery and holding, but it will state clearly that the individual did not pick up the mail piece. It will state that it was rejected. This tracking information is very important to you and can still be printed or downloaded and made available for proof of mailing and attempted delivery.
This is valuable information that you have never had before with certified mail.
Let's be honest. Today, the majority of certified mail pieces sent only get recognized if the green card is returned back to you, the mailer. And the signature is the most important part of that proof of delivery. But that's not accountability. Accountability is when you have all the information that's available. This proves you have done what you're required to do, and if the post office had success in delivery, or if the recipient did not respond to the post office attempts. You now have the tracking information that shows you what took place after you mailed the certified mail piece to your recipient. The accountability you want and thought you were already getting is truly available with a system that can upload and communicate your information to the USPS and be able to retrieve and store that information the way you want it.
Let's now discuss the labor involved. We have seen many different ways people prepare USPS certified mail with return receipt over the years. Some companies still manually fill out the green cards and type or print the envelope address and affix the labels to the envelope, all by hand. Some use forms that allow them to print the labels, but they pay a high fee per form to do so. Some companies pay upwards of 70 cents per form to reduce the manual process I just described. Even though the form may reduce some labor of preparation, it does not reduce it completely, and it increases the cost of mailing by the cost of the form. Certified mail is the best way to send important documents to a recipient, but there has to be a better way to prepare it and not increase your cost.
There is, and again, it's the electronic return receipt. When you use electronic return receipt in conjunction with certified envelopes, you'll no longer have to fill out any forms or green cards. Here's how. All you do is print a cover page as a part of the document and fold it with your document, then insert it into a certified envelope. Let me show you how it works. Here's what the cover page looks like. It prints out on plain paper. It has your address, the recipient's address, the IMPB, and the article number. Here's a certified envelope. Simply attach your cover page to the front of your documents. Fold your documents and insert. If you have large numbers, we can even add intelligence like OMR or BCR marks to your cover page and even run it through a folder inserter. If you need one, let us know.
The finished product looks like this: certified mail with electronic return receipt.
Oh, and I don't want to forget to tell you that every address can be validated by the USPS delivery point validation prior to mailing to ensure that you have a valid delivery address.
No reason to send the mail piece certified if it'll never get there.
That's just an added benefit at no additional cost when you use a software solution that communicates with the USPS and manages the preparation process for you. All of you listening today know that preparation is a huge labor component, but also the internal handling of the tracking information and how it is stored and retrieved is not easy either.
Now let's look at the handling and management of green cards. When green cards come through the door, what do? You look at the recipient name on the green card to find out where to file it. What do you do if you have more than one case or file for that client? Do you just randomly file it, or do you research to see which case or file it goes to? Then, when you need the proof of delivery information and you are searching through the files, how do you know which is the correct one if there are several in the file?
It is a complex and time-consuming manual process, to say the least. And all of this is assuming you've received it from the USPS after mailing. Remember, you have no proof of mailing or en route tracking information unless you go online to the post office website and download each one individually.
Now let's look at electronic return receipt. It's either emailed or downloaded to your system individually or batch processed. It's up to you. You can either refer to it there for future search and retrieval, or print it, or you can import it to your own electronic filing system. The document can have a reference or client matter number attached to or printed on it, along with all the en route tracking information.
At this point, you can see that our software solution, along with the USPS certified mail with electronic return receipt, is the easiest, fastest, and least costly way to prepare certified mail.
No question.
Not a believer yet? Well, I have one more area we need to look at.
That brings us to the cost comparison. Let's look at 3 options, side by side. Certified mail with return receipt, certified mail with return receipt using forms, and certified mail with electronic return receipt.
That is anywhere from $1.30 to $2 in savings per piece. Whether you do 1 piece a week or thousands in a single run, it is less expensive. Electronic return receipt is a USPS product that is offered to you, the mailer, as an alternative to standard return receipt with the green card.
The USPS offers the same information at a reduced rate because it takes less effort on their part to return the information to you, the mailer.
So if you, like thousands before you, have decided that you want to take advantage of everything we have said here today, you would like to have better accountability and tracking information on your certified mail. You'd like to reduce the labor required to create your certified mail pieces and managing them internally. And of course, you would like to significantly reduce your postage cost. The next step is to set up a 15-minute demonstration of the OMECorp-Genesis e-certified mailing software. Place a request in your question area now, or you can send an email to glc@omecorp.com and we will send you a go-to-meeting request. The USPS offers the certified mail with electronic return receipt. We just make it better.
That wraps up our presentation on eCertify and how you can get an immediate ROI on the solution we have offered here today. As always, if you have more questions or suggestions on future topics.
Hey, Andy.
Again, David, I was just trying to wrap it up here.
Do you know why it's a green card that the USPS uses?
No, David, why?
The registration of letters, as known today, was introduced in 1841 in Great Britain. The letter had to be enclosed with a large sheet of green paper. The green sheet was addressed to the post office where the recipient lived. The green sheet was then used as a receipt and was returned to the office of origin after delivery. On the 1st of July in 1858, the green sheet was replaced by a green silk ribbon and shortly after by a green linen tape. In 1870, the tape was replaced by green string. On the introduction of the postal stationery registration envelopes in 1878, the string was replaced by the printed blue crosses.
Please help me.
The blue cross lines have survived on registration letters